Okay, the record button has been hit. Oh, dear Zoom, please be nice. Please be nice to me, my wonderful guest. Please be nice. I always have to do this. Please be nice because you are known to be very, very wonky. Not only on me, but her as well. Jesus Christ. All right. Welcome to Black Lions Domain, kids, better known as Universal Grounding. I have a lovely, wonderful guest tonight. I've been thinking about her all day, kids. Yes, I have. Okay, so she's a book doula, she's a best-selling author, she's a businesswoman, a mother. Uh, Believe it or not, kids, I actually got a witch on my show, and that's very, very exotic. Yes, yes, yes. Oh, what else? An associate of a dear mentor of ours, and much, much more. And we will divulge in this stuff in whatever blessed time we actually have. So, welcome to Black Lions Domain, Jan Brent.
Thank you. Thank you for having me here. I'm really excited to be
Oh,
here.
thank you very much, love, for agreeing to come on. All right, so my background with you, my dear, stems to one Blair Hayes. Hi, hi, Blair, if you're listening to this. I understood that you were actually in her book series called She is Magic. And I actually read your book series called Ascension. I believe numbers 2 and 3 eventually are going to come out this year or into next year.
Mhm.
And I said, "Ooh, this is great beans." I was going through a very rough day at work about a month ago. And after coming home from what seemed like I almost was fired from the division I was working in, I said, okay, I'm going to finish this book. I keep on getting this nudge, knock, knock on wood, to finish it. So I said, you know what? I'm just gonna not bother my surrogate dad. I'm not gonna bother anybody else. I just want to eat my food and enjoy this book. And lo and behold, it took me several hours, but I got that sucker done. And congratulations, love. I already said this, but your book is number 3 in the chapters lane for me. I loved every single chapter. I don't know whose more I actually loved, and I'm being honest. I have no clue. But all I know is that each and every chapter touched me. And I knew I had to contact you. I knew I had to contact the rest of the cast. Everybody has pretty much agreed, take away one Whisper Romeo.
Mm.
I still love you to Holy Hun, if you ever are listening to this. And I pray that one day I may get to interview you. And David Vine, he's being David. I'm just going to leave it at that. But he's still welcome to be in my multi-dimensional realm whenever he's ready to do so. All right. So, Jan, once more, thank you for agreeing to come on my show. So please give my listeners your background, Hunt.
Yeah, so my background is actually in graphic web design, and I quit my job all the way back in 2009. I took a 1 year career gap and decided to move to Southeast Asia. And in 2011, I launched my freelance business as a graphic designer slash web designer back when I was still living in Manila, Philippines. And
Ooh.
yeah, slowly grew it from there. And I thought that's all that I wanted to do. I thought I would be doing graphic design forever, but I had more calling, like a soul whisper that pushed me to get into the publishing industry. I did a channel writing session back in 2015 and asked where my business would be in 5 years. And that's what came through, was to have a successful publishing company. And so I believe I'm on my way there. I just registered my LLC this month, and I transitioned or pivoted
Ascending.
to I pivoted to the book marketing and book publishing back in 2019. That's when I published my first multi-author book, or got the word out there. And then we launched my first birth book in 2020, January 2020. And then COVID happened, and then I launched the Ascension series this past March 2021. So we're
Ooh.
here now.
Yeah, hon. Yes, hon. Yes. Yes, hon. Yes. That's the absolute truth. I love that book so much. I have made it known to the world that I am supernaturally gifted. And not only that, I am a proud past lifer, and I will keep on tooting those horns proudly. And the book that you actually made called Ascension, I said, ooh, I gotta talk to these people. They are awesome. Some of them are past lifers like me. I definitely gotta talk to them even more. Yes, I do. Oh man, especially you, hun.
Yeah, and
Especially.
yeah, I believe that all of us are past lifers, or what I like to call parallel lives, not just past lives, because past, present, and future is happening all at once in a sort of metaphysical sense. So I think the more accurate word is parallel lives. Even if you don't believe that you've had past lives, I think we all have. But then that's just my beliefs.
I think you actually mentioned that in your chapter, and I'm still shocked in the sense that your chapter was the very last one. I thought it was, if anything, it would have probably been like maybe midway, but then I saw that it was. I said, okay, that's cool beans. I don't mind. Let's see what Jan got, and then you just touched upon everything that you were talking about, and I said, ooh. Oh man, thank God she is actually taking. Thank God she's taking. Oh man, because okay, mommies and daddies, I'm sorry, but you're gonna have to take the kids out the room, because what I have to say to her is not meant for little kids' ears. I'm sorry, I love you. Please forgive. All right, so you got 10 seconds, mommies and daddies, to get the tykes out the room. All right. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. You got 4 more seconds, mommies and daddies. 4, 3, 2, 1. You've been warned. And I'll let you know when you can bring the text back in if I feel comfortable. Otherwise than that, you've been warned. All right. So I've said this to your cast members, and I think it's worthy to say to you too. All right, hon. So I read your book, or excuse me, your chapter, and I said, uh oh, history's repeating itself. So I got a boner in my pants.
While you were reading, you mean, or what do you mean?
Uh, when I was reading your chapter at points, I caught a boner in my pants, and I said, oh God, I'm kind of getting aroused somewhere. Thank God, thank God she's actually taken. Thank God, in a sense. Oh man, because you were just like hitting so many powerful points, like how you took
Oh.
your sexuality and just like made it a superpower, just like the dragon hunt, Karen, and surfer hunt, Dion. I said, oh man, I can just be free with this sexuality thing. And if I ever actually got to tell her the truth, I would. And here's my confession to you. Yep, yep. I had a boner, and I thank God that I kind of kept myself under control. Because if I had kept on going on, I probably would have had like an eruption.
That's funny. That does take guts to admit that on screen, or I guess not on screen, but on what you would call like radio. But I guess I've been known to have that effect, and believe it or not, I've written erotica in the past. So my chapter is actually very tame compared to what I've written in the past.
Ooh, Jan Love, is that kind of an invitation to Zachary Shiloh actually reading your erotics? I
Yeah, I
would.
don't have those published yet.
Ooh, well, if you ever need somebody to read him, I'm your guy. I will gladly read him.
I do have a upcoming book idea. I actually briefly mentioned it in the introduction of the Ascension book, volume one, but it's going to be called Rebel Romance. So I feel like that I'm not quite clear on how the direction is going to go on that, but I feel like that might be an exploration to delve into more erotic topics, I guess you could say.
Ooh, kids, I always say this on Universal Grounding or Black Lions Domain. I always get the juicy exclusives. I don't know why. It's absolutely awesome, Beans. Oh man. And I love it. I love it so much. So if you're not actually watching this, and you're not really, I'm smiling like the 6 year old that I am. Oh man, oh man, oh man. But I'm channeling my 34-year-old self, and I'm just like a kid sitting next to his crush and saying, "Oh wow, how cool is this?"
Mhm.
Oh, so Jan Love, let me tell you, dear, if you're still there, oh boy, I am looking forward to that book, Rebel Romance. That
Yeah.
really does. That really does sound like something that you would come up with. Oh boy.
Yeah,
Oh
it's
boy.
actually my one of my mentors came up with the name and kind of downloaded the whole program for me if I wanted it. But she's really good with alliteration, and so I have to thank Leia Ardent for that one.
Ooh, that is great, great, great. On. Ooh. All right. So, where did you really get going with the writing bit, love?
Honestly, I've always written online back before blogs, before it was called blog. I think it was called a web blog, like before they shortened it to blog. But before it was web blog, it was just online journaling. And so I got into that back when I was 13. The reason I learned web design was so that I could figure out how to design my own sites for online journaling. And so I got into that subculture, then got into Blogger and then Live Journal and all of these things. And then blogging sort of had a coming of age on the internet where a lot of these bloggers, I was on a network called 20s SB bloggers, 20-year-olds, and that was the only that decade of 20SB, my decade, was the only time that they ever ran that group or that blogging network, because it didn't continue on to the next generation of 20SBs. I think that network closed off just through our now 30s SBs blogging family. But so I joined that back in the day, and it like collectively sort of had a coming of age where a lot of the bloggers in that network started to take on online businesses and become entrepreneurs themselves. So that's my early start.
Oh, wow. Believe it or not, to some degrees or another, I was kind of a blogger myself. All right, so I was in college, I believe, and MySpace was a thing, kids. It did exist. I had my account, so I would just write whatever I felt in my heart at the time and just make it known. Okay, this is what I don't like about certain thing. This is what I love about certain thing, and it felt free to me. And since then, I've been doing my own sets of writings. I did not come into the forefront of actually trying to get it published until last year. Everything that I pretty much had in writing was produced onto Facebook after MySpace because MySpace started fading out. Seriously. So I thought, okay, let's put my stuff on Facebook, and some people truly like it. Now, fast forward about almost 12 years later, I'm in awe that I'm a best-selling author. Seriously. And it's because of our common link, Blair Hayes, or Larkins, as Zachary Shiloh would call her. All right. So let's get into that. How did you meet Blair?
I'm not, I can't actually remember how we met. Uh, Obviously, through social media, through Facebook, we all have a bunch of common mutual friends. And I feel that the online coaching industry or online service based industry is such a small world, such a small community. So I feel like a lot of us know each other. And I think I launched my first birth book before she started her She Is Magic series, and she's consulted with me and has had me help her as part of her team to get her books launched to bestseller status. That's what I help her with on her
Oh,
book
wow.
series.
Oh, wow, love. I thought Blair actually had a little bit more gumption on her own. I didn't know that you had a hidden hand. Larkins, you like to keep secrets from Zachary Shiloh, and I love it. I love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. Because
Well, she says it in her introduction. She has everyone she thanks, and I know I'm always on there because I have her documents that I put into Kindle.
ooh, so you help edit it at
No,
times.
no, not editing. Sorry, I mean like formatting the Kindle book and then layouting the print book and then making sure that it gets to number one on launch day.
Ooh, I love that very, very much. Uh, that puts me into what I call flow tastic. I'm all tingly all over, especially as this prayer candle actually still is lit up. Oh man. All right. So you're the book doula, hun. How did that come all together?
Um, I think because the way that I teach, having a book and writing a book, and my program is called Birth the Book, that it just felt natural that I would make my title be the doula or book doula, because doulas are people who help you birth, and they're there when you're like pushing out the baby and everything like that. And so I'm there when the book actually launches, helping ensure it gets to number one. And I actually have partnered with the book midwife, Sandra Stahovic, who is
Oh,
more the brains behind the actual writing process. I mean, I know a little bit about that, but she that is her expertise, and mine is more about the launch and post launch, and and book funnels and all of those things because of my graphic web design background. So basically, I just took all my skill sets and put it into the publishing industry.
Oh man. Hi Sandy. If you're listening, hun. I appreciate our little chats back and forth. And I look forward to talking about more with you in the future and even having you on this show, hon. And yes, I did marathon your entire YouTube channel. And I
Oh,
say that proudly, proudly. Especially your what is it, 5 day goddess challenge, if I'm correct. Please correct me if I'm wrong, hon. I appreciate it. Oh man. So how did you meet her? Yeah, let's go with that. How did you meet Sandy?
yeah, Sandra. She is another one that I'm not quite sure how we met, but she
Okay,
ended
go.
up liking my Facebook page, my business page, and then it lets you know who likes you sometimes or in that particular instance. And so I checked out her profile. I saw that she's into the book industry as well, but I was kind of like, not because I believe in collaboration over competition. So I didn't
Yeah.
feel like jealous or any sort of competition energy. I honestly had a girl crush from of her and then we ended up having the same mentor at the time. We were in the same exact program and I didn't realize that she was in it. And then after that there was just so many synchronicities with her, so many like what we call like we're twinning again because we're doing the same thing. Or and it ended up that we're basically launching the same exact program because she also does her own multi-author book. She's done
Yeah,
uh,
yeah.
the Rebirth, I think, Wild Woman Rising series and things like that. A lot
Leap
of
of
the.
Faith.
Mhm.
Mm.
And so then she was launching another multi-author book called Ascension, and I said, I'm doing Ascension too. So we just teamed up together and we decided to work on our businesses together and basically partner 50-50 going
Oh,
forward. Yeah.
oh wow. I would have thought she would have been actually in that book. But now that I'm listening to you talk about it, I'm saying to myself, oh wow, why is she not in that book? I want to know her supernatural side even more. Yes, I do, Sandy. Zachary Shiloh would love that. I've already made myself known to you, hun, more ways than one, and I'm not ashamed. You're very close to what Zachary Shiloh calls Zachary Shiloh's honeykins. Yes, you are. Yes, you are, Sandy. And you kind of are too, Jan. So
Thank you.
you're welcome. And I'm very, very open to the universe. Oh, I don't know if you actually listened to the previous Universal Grounding with Mayuko Fugino-chan from Japan,
No.
but I actually did tease something towards the end, and I'm not ashamed to say. All right, so again, kids, I actually threw it out there that Zachary Shiloh's Huntington's is on the way, and the universe is teasing me with certain signs and whatever I should be looking out for. Number one sign for me is that Honeykins is more than likely brunette,
Mm.
and I said this to Mayuko that in the last week I've had certain Asian women in my peripheral vision. You're one, Jan. Uh, Dion Garcia. Hold on a second. Oh, Jesus Christ. Hold on, kids. We actually got a little bit of a pause, so I will be right back. Oh, boy.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, kids, I'm back. Had to get my mail for the day. I forgot to go check it. All right, so I was actually being teased by Asians in my peripheral vision. Jan Love over here, Mayuko from Japan, and Dion Garcia from Hawaii. Oh man, and I said, "Oh, universe, are you trying to tell me that Zachary Shiloh's Honeykins could possibly be Asian? I am open to that completely. And if that's what you want, please give me stronger signs. Please give me stronger signs. I will not complain at all. I would love being Asian. That's something out of the ballpark, kids. I never been with an Asian woman before. I've had myself plenty of Caucasians, but there's something about Asians that is like very, very exotic. I can't put my finger on it,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm open. I will keep on saying that forever. I'm open to Zachary Shiloh's Honeykins being an Asian completely. And I'm not saying this because Jan's on here. I'm not saying that because Mayuko Fukino was on and Dion Garcia was. I always loved Asian women. Always loved Asians. Going back many, many years. And this is way before, oh, Jesus Christ. I can't believe I'm actually going to say this. Before the Asian hate, quote unquote, movement came along. I always loved Asians because they had this very powerful zen or energy to them. Like when Jan does her live videos, she's like bopping around or singing along or even doing some other stuff. And I'm saying, this girl's got some life to her. I dig that. And God bless the man that she's with. God bless him. Now let that be Zachary Shiloh's Honeykins. Let her actually have some zest like that. Mm, chef's kiss. All right, so let's get back to action, kids. Oh boy. All right, so you touched upon in your chapter that you're a witch.
Mm-hmm.
Would you like to discuss that, love?
Mm, so I've never really resonated much with religion. I've always been more spiritual than religious, and Buddhism actually is the religion that I feel, or philosophy that I feel more most aligned with. And I just looking at other people online and the online coaching business or coaching industry as a whole, and like the different types of people on my Facebook feed and things like that. And I feel more people, and especially in 2020, I think awakened a lot of people, including myself, to just owning more of their weird, owning more of their magic, and like letting their freak flag fly. So I I felt more comfortable to share that I was kind of a witch, or I don't know what that even means specifically. I'm not like pagan. I mean, I probably do have pagan underpinnings, or I know the dragon doula, Karen, also has been in the Unitarian Universalist Church growing up. And that was another thing that just on those online quizzes, what is your religion type of thing. And I always got Unitarian Universalists out of that. It was my answer. And then Buddhism was another strong one too, but actually Unitarian Universalist topped that even. So supposedly I'm a Unitarian Universalist, and that's basically just a hodgepodge of different beliefs and systems and even atheists. So I don't know. I just
Mm,
feel like I live by my intuition. I live by magic and by flow and try to live in the now. And that's what I feel is like living a witch sort of lifestyle, I guess.
Oh, I love that aspect because I knew my share of witches, and I'm not just talking about in this life. I'm saying in general, past lives. And I said, ooh, add her to the list of cool ones. I actually loved how you owned it in your chapter, and it sounded like one eroticism after another. And I said, ooh, I wonder what style of magic she'll bring to my show or my life. And lo and behold, you there, you wound up becoming my teacher in a sense
Uh-huh.
with your storytelling uh, saga. And I said, oh, yes, this is a great opportunity to just even pick her brains for a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And lo and behold, I don't regret actually doing so. And I believe I wanted to be under your tutelage to go into Ascension. So again, kid, I have made this known to public that I, Zachary Shiloh, want to be in Ascension. I own everything that I am, and as much as I love Blair Hayes, and anybody that's listened to my show, especially Linda Carducci, could possibly state that Zachary Shiloh has a crush on Blair. Okay, I admit it. I admit it to some degrees or another. Yes, I actually have a crush on Blair Hayes, but our relationship goes beyond that. It's like uh, Zachary Shiloh kind of having a school schoolyard crush, but in a more sisterly form. And I knew that with Blair, I could not get away with certain aspects of my life. That of being supernaturally gifted, because I knew that her audience was mainly female. Not only that, but Blair, during a family chat on the road to They Are Magic, actually spoke of sensitivities. So I could not make myself known on the supernatural front because I thought that was a little bit too sensitive for Blair's audience. But then Jan came along. Yes, she did. And I got excited. And I'm not talking about my booner kids. So in this case, get your head out of the gutter. In that sense, all right. So I read the book and I felt a connection. I said, all right, Jan, I would like to eventually join you. And she said, okay. And I said, oh, this is really cool beans. So eventually, I'm gonna join the cast. My thing right now, and this has been reconfirmed
Mm-hmm.
from my day at work. After May or June, my main focus as far as my money situation is to get rid of over $7,000 debt that I have.
That's amazing.
And thanks, Jan. I appreciate it. Sadly, I could not join Jan in the second round of Ascension. I don't know if I'll be available for number three, but I'm definitely shooting for four. I'm definitely shooting for four because my story, Flowtastic, needs to come out. Jan's story, everybody's story in Ascension touched me. I knew I had an outlet to be unfiltered and just speak my truth. And whenever I'm ready, and I'm still saying this to you, love. I'm gonna be a part of Ascension. I'm not giving up that dream without a fight
Hmm.
because I want my story published. She wants my story published. Dion Garcia wants my story published. The Dragon Hunt, who should go into the White House in 2032. Please correct me if I'm still wrong or right, Karen. She wants my story told, and that's gonna happen. Now, only God knows when that's gonna happen. I'm gonna work on my story and get that sucker finished. Eventually, I'm gonna get it in the Ascension. I'm not giving up that dream at all, at all. And anybody that thinks that I shouldn't tell my story, uh, mommies and daddies, I hope your kids are out the road when I say these words. Fuck you. I'm not ashamed. I want my story. They want my story. And that's good enough for me. And that's the bottom line because I said so. All right, hun.
So it is.
Thanks. I appreciate it. All right. You actually have a book division called Dark Quarks. What's that all about?
So that came to me, like I said, I pivoted my business from graphic web design to publishing. And it's all tied around my birth story too, which was the inspiration for my first book series called Birth. And it's all about that birthing process, a creative process, that gestational period of that sort of blank slate of creation. But we actually don't create from like a white space that's a blank white space. I feel we actually create from the dark. And so Dark Corks Publishing came to be because that is for me like that beginning of the universe. Or like I said, I'm not religious, but this just kept coming to my mind, the Genesis. In the beginning there was the word, and the word
Yeah.
and the word was God. Or see, I don't even know my Bible verse. But um for me the word is, that means that that's sound, and the sound is Aum. The sound of the universe or God for me is Aum, like Om.
Mm.
And yeah, then I looked up what dark quarks are, and it's like these black hole. I don't know, I just felt like that was a good tribute to my journey of spirituality, which was coming from atheism to believing in God, which was my spirituality, like science. I came through spirituality through the back door of science, which was like there's a lot of um I guess you could say connections between science and spirituality, and especially in metaphysics, and like the different quarks or particles, and how like particles can move instantaneously no matter what how far distance they are. So those sorts of things, they start to explain spirituality, the interconnectedness of all beings. And that was just my inspiration for dark quarks, is a science and spirituality point at which they
Ooh.
meet.
Ooh. Oh, and oh, I hear a kitty in the background.
Yep,
I,
that's my kitty.
ooh, is it black?
Yeah, I have a black cat.
Woo! Yes, 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 yes. I love black cats. Oh man, they actually give me good luck, and I miss a certain black cat I'm looking. He's been dead nearly 2 years.
Oh,
And he was my second fiance's cat way longer before I adopted. And I still remember his last day on earth.
Oh.
Jesus. And I'm happy and grateful that I had time off at that. But he was so loving, he was so kind. And yeah, sure, he sometimes bit you,
Mm-hmm.
uh, that little crazy prick, but he loved everybody. And I try to be the absolute same one. Even people that kind of irk me, I try to be loving and kind and see things from a different stand. So, Shadow the cat, I miss you. Always the one. And I hope that you are with your mother are all in spirit more ways because she could use help if my memory serves me. Alrighty. So I believe we touched upon everything. Oh, mommyhood. Mommyhood. So
Hmm?
how did you become a mommy?
Oh, okay. Um, I want to talk more about black cats.
Okay, you can do that.
Okay. Oh, because you said your cat's name is Shadow,
Yeah.
and mine is actually could be translated as light. I kind of named her based off of Philippine Tagalog word, which means star. Bituin.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh. I like that. Star.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, Star the Black Cat. Hmm. That really is an exotic name. Janglove, you be hitting these things out the park. Huh? Yes, you do. Knew I had to have you on my show, just like the Dragon Hunt and Server Hunt. I'm gonna start calling you Magic Hunt. Yep, yep.
Oh, I love that.
Magic Hunt over here, kids. Please, 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 please. Follow her on social media. She is right. She's been doing this video series now where she's actually looking in the cam and basically telling you what's on her mind. And
Mm-hmm.
every single day I've supported it. Like if she was Zachary, Shiloh's Honeykins. But I do it out of respect anyways. Because I liked what she had to talk about. The most recent stuff is more so towards the writing side of life. And anybody that knows me knows I love to write and talk about writing. So I knew I had to support you because it's right. One writer suppose uh let's try this again. One writer supports another. And that's why I knew I had to be a part of our team eventually too. Because we all take care of each other.
Mm-hmm.
And tonight, hon, what number are you up to now?
Oh, I can't even keep track. I think it's a 12, 12 days, but I technically skipped yesterday.
Oh, so you're gonna do kind of like a double?
Start over. No.
You gotta start over?
No, no, I'm just joking.
I
Because
was
I
about to
missed a day.
say. I was about to say, Jan Love, you've entered something that's kind of like 75 hard. Oh God, you're not losing weight. You actually have to do a video series from the beginning if you failed. Oh wow. But you correct me.
Oh yeah, that 75 hard. I haven't tried that, but I've heard about it. I should
What
probably do it.
Janet Brent, let me tell you right now, you don't have to lose weight, damn it. You don't look like the type that has to lose weight.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, you may no, no. I don't think you really have to lose any weight. I think you have a nice form to you.
Mm-hmm.
Do you suffer from any health ailments or anything like that?
Yeah, I do have high blood pressure, so
Oh, oh,
my
okay.
weight has gone a little bit up since the pregnancy. So to keep it down, like to keep my blood pressure down, I should maybe go back to my pre-baby weight.
Oh, okay. So, all right, I'll endorse you then. I'll endorse you. All right, 75 heart for Jan Love. And if you don't mind, I'll actually post it on social media. Be like, go Jan Love, go with the 75 heart. So far, I've seen two women actually do 75 hard. One's name is April Lauren, who I would love to be a guest on this multidimensional realm one day.
Mhm.
And the other is a quote unquote listener of this show. Hi, Jilly Love, or Miss Green Eyes from YouTube.
Hmm.
Yeah, they both are doing this 75 hard. I believe April Lauren is now like day 50, and Jillian Love, I think she's got to be like in day 48 or 49. Oh, thank
Wow.
God for Instagram, real quick. All right, Instagram. Yeah, I was right. Day 49. So Jillian Love, my future guest in Black Lions domain. You are doing a great job, hon. And please keep it up. I love your transformation completely, completely, Jilly Love. Oh man, oh man, oh man. To think that you are only almost 25 days away from being done. I can't help but get more excited to actually have you on and talk about it. So I think it would be good for you, Jan, if you really are serious. Do you know what that's all about?
I briefly know a little about it where forget all of the things you have to do, but it's like 2 hours of exercise a day, it seems like, and
Yeah.
like
So from what I understand, it's broken up into like two 45-minute workouts. Not only that, but you're supposed to do like a few not a few days, a few minutes reading, supposedly. Take not a before, progress picture every single day. Uh, and if you mess up, this is the thing that kind of drives me bonkers. You mess up, you got to start from the beginning until you reach all the way to the end. And this is where Zachary Shiloh gives Miss Green Eyes and April Lauren respect. They somehow, some way have actually lasted. They are nearly, no, they are over halfway done.
mm-hmm.
Oh man, oh man, oh man. And to see where they were to where they are now, yes, 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 yes. That's all I can say. Yes, yes. Because they're just like knocking it out the park. Whereas other hunts, they would just say, "Oh no, I can't do this. I can't do this." Like one sweetheart, she's not even doing 75 hard. I forgot what her name is. I think I'll link the video eventually. But she's automatically quitting her health improvement journey. I said, "What? Excuse me?" And she's crying and everything else. I'm saying, "Do it. You can do it. Don't give up. Don't give up." But hey, not everybody's in the race to win. So whatever that sweetheart's name is, I respect you, hun, and God bless you wherever you are. And no, kids, it's not a Kish from Kish and Tell who I keep on talking about here and there. It's somebody completely different. All right, so okay, one more thing before we start hitting the end. All right, psychic, psychic abilities, hun. You got any?
Mhm. I feel like I had some prophetic dreams when I was a kid, and then I went to the mental hospital because of some circumstances with an Ouija board and seeing different visions and things like that. And so they medicated me, and I haven't had any prophetic dreams since then. But I feel like sometimes I have like a claircognizance, like a inner knowing of things, and just different random synchronicities where I'll think about wanting to have more one-on-one clients, and then randomly someone messages me to work with them and get their book out there, and they decide to pay in full and different things like that.
Ooh, I don't know what Claire I am. I know that I have some ability, and I think I did some stellar testing, and I'm just very unsure. So I'm gonna have to do the testing again to find out which one. I know there's clairvoyance, clair, so many clairs. Oh man.
Yeah, and I've always been fascinated with past life experiences, like stories of past life, or no, is it near death experience? Sorry. And well, yeah, stories of past life too, but I've been fascinated by near death experiences since I was a kid and different paranormal things. I remember having a friend in childhood named Brent, my last name, and I was trying to make a connection with him, like, let's see if we can dream the same thing together. Let's think about this and then see if we can have that dream. So
Oh
I've always had
wow.
like been connected or feel like there's a connection to things.
Oh man, oh man, oh man. Uh, so I've touched upon like how I actually got into this whole entire me being a past lifer thing. I love telling this story. I don't. So please indulge me, kids, as I tell Jan, and I don't think she's heard this. All right, so I was quote unquote spiritually awakened in 2007. I already experienced a few little moments of a pre spiritual awakening, legit. I swear I was maybe 6 to 7 ish when I thought I actually was running around the park with my granddad, my father's father in this life. Uh, I almost killed myself when I was 16, and what stopped me is what I refer to as the angel of mercy. Now, fast forward 4 years after I almost killed myself, and I actually was with my then girlfriend Melody, or Mel Mel as I call her. So she kissed me while I was laying down in her bed because I was kind of wonked from a college, I believe. I think that's what happened. And lo and behold, I'm looking at these visions in my head. And I'm saying to myself, what's going on here? What's going on here? I see a guy painting a fence and this redhead woman going, nah, 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 nah. And lo and behold, the nah, 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 nah was Mel Mel. The guy painting the fence was me. I said,
Hmm.
what is this? And she said, you're remembering your memories. And I said, those are my memories. Yes. And we, lo and behold, actually had several discussions about it, and other lives started to come into the forefront. Like,
Hmm.
I actually am in Native Indian, like from this land.
Hmm.
My name at that point in time was the buffalo that runs. Mel Mel was kind of pilgrim, but she cared about me. I don't know why, beyond our past bond to each other. But I could recognize that anywhere. And a good lot of times, whenever I hear those little teases, that's Mel Mel. I would say, oh my God, you, why do you have to na? Why? I love you so much, but why do you gotta na? And Mel Mel, if you ever listen to this, I want to know why do you na Zachary Shiloh whenever we actually get reincarnated? Why? Is that your main way of letting me know it's you? Oh man, oh man, oh man. But I actually divulge in that and my ascension to the flow state
Hmm.
in my chapter for your series.
Oh, are
And
you writing it currently?
yeah, I'm still writing it. Like I told you, I read your book and already had this chapter kind of started because I wanted to bring myself to the forefront in writing. I already did it in a sense of who I am generally, but I knew that again, Blair, as much as I love her to holy, I love her holy. Uh,
Mm.
I knew there was sensitivities with her and her audience, and I couldn't touch that realm. Now you came along with the whole entire cast of Ascension in number one, and I said, "Yeah, this is right." I was waiting for an opportunity to actually go hardcore, as I actually said to Dion, because I felt the world should know. You already experienced me by way of losing weight and my growing up with the internet. Now, why don't you experience me for truly who and what
Mm.
I'm complete? And I talked to you about it and you were for it. And I said, yeah, I got to start getting back into this flotastic thing. And I have a great reason to. So you may not see me right now, Jan, but I'm bound to you in respects because it's right. And I may not join you for two and three right away because I still owe Mary Morrissey $7,000+ to be done away with. And that's coming along. That's gonna come along. Because I keep on saying this. I believe in the universal laws that govern everything.
Mm-hmm.
There are moments in time where things just come together. Like Blair coming into my life. That had to happen because I was putting off Black Lions Roar forever. And people wanted that story out. And she gave me the out to do so. So again, Blair, I love you wholly. Thank you very much. And now I need to be free. I need to get rid of Mary Morrissey as much as I love her. I don't like having the letters DEBT attached to my being.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sure everybody else out there, the kids out there, as I would say in my outro, don't like that either. But we all have to go through something. We all have to. All right. So we've done everything. I think it's time we can start to wrap this bad boy up. What do you think, Hunt?
Oh, we did skip the birthing story.
Oh, the birthing?
Motherhood,
Okay.
you said. Yeah,
Oh,
I
okay.
was like,
Hit it.
let's talk about cats. Crazy cat lady.
You ain't no crazy cat lady. You're a wonderful cat lady. You actually are proud of your cats.
Yeah, I just have one cat who chose me, but I feel like the motherhood story is almost like another psychic story.
Ooh, you want to talk about it?
I feel it's more subtle, but I
Cliff notes.
back in my back in my blogging days with 20 SB group that I had talked about and being on Blogger, I think that was the platform that I used, Blogspot. I wrote a letter to my future child, and I was always the type of person that was like a maybe to having kids. I never felt that I wanted kids from an early start. Like some kids just know that they want to become mothers. Like when you're actually kids, I feel like kids have a tendency to know about that type of future, whether they want to have kids or not, because they're playing mom or they're playing house. I never played house. Was always playing teacher instead. So that's kind of the coaching aspect of what I do now. But
Hmm, I
it was
wonder
always like a
why.
one or none for me. And so I had a sense that there was maybe one out there for me. Like if you have an idea that maybe a soul is meant for you or meant to be born to you, and it's like a soul contract that you have together. And so I ended up having a kid, and I didn't actually, it's kind of funny because I had done a kickboxing challenge. I started one at a local gym at the time, and it was one of those things where if you can lose X amount of weight, I forget how they calculated that, but based on some sort of thing that they did, then you can do this challenge for free. If not, then you pay like $500. And I was like, okay, I'm game. And or like if you don't win, you forfeit winning if you're pregnant. I'm like, oh, okay, like forget that. But I actually wasn't on birth control at the time, and we weren't really keeping track of things. And I didn't realize while I was doing this kickboxing challenge, I was pregnant. And I ended up losing 10 pounds or 11 pounds, but it wasn't enough to win the challenge. And it was one of those things where obviously they want to get you into their gym membership afterwards. And I was paying it for a time, but when I found out that I was pregnant after their challenge, I was like so embarrassed that I didn't want to go back to the gym, and I canceled the membership. And
Oh,
but I found out because, well, obviously my period was not like happening that month, but I have an irregular period anyway. Like it's kind of a long cycle. So sometimes I do end up skipping a month. So it's just always questionable for me. But like I'm always taking the pregnancy test. And so that time the test came out positive, and I ended up having a sort of complicated pregnancy. I was wanting to have like a home birth and water birth and all these things. But around, I think, 20 weeks, I started getting that high blood pressure that I was talking about earlier. And
mm,
then, so they canceled me as a client, the midwife place that I was going to, and they referred me to the maternal fetal medicine team, which deals with high risk pregnancies. And at the time, I was already considered an older um, woman for pregnancy. I forget the terms, like geriatric or something, like you're old.
oh, come on.
Because I was like 34, turning 35. So I birthed when I was 35 years old. And I ended up having her 3 months early. She was 28 weeks. She was a pound and a half.
Mhm.
and I was doing a channel session, like asking why she had to be born so early. And the reason that I got was that she wanted to come faster. Like she couldn't wait. She's like, put the pedal to the metal on life. She wanted to just get started. Let's get started in here. Like it's a party or something. And also that the only way out was through, that I really needed to share my story and help other women share theirs, help other visionary leaders share their story, and that coincided with me getting the publishing company started, because that was again what I had channeled from 2015, and it was like this full circle moment. She was nudging me to that part of my soul contract.
Aww. You're you're great for a woman in her mid to upper 30s. That's awesome.
Hmm.
Aww. That makes my soul all fantastic right now. Aww. Mommy at 38, 39. This is beautiful. Kids. This is why Zachary Shiloh loves talking to mommies and daddies. It's absolutely fun. Even though some mommies and daddies actually let me get away with talking about some naughty thing.
Mhm.
Oh man. So mommies and daddies out there, don't think that Zachary Shiloh is completely. I actually am very aware that some of you got kids out there, like legit little kids. And hence the term why I say mommies and daddies, you need to get your kids out the room because there's some stuff that will not be kid friendly to their ears. So in the future, mommies and daddies, if I actually lay it out there, I mean it. There's some stuff that I will say to a woman or a man that need to be said, and I will warn you. I will warn you out of respect for your kids because they're not old enough yet. A good while, unless they already are over the age of 13 and they are experiencing these things themselves. I know I was. I know I was. Oh boy. Oh, what it is to live a nice life. All right, Jen, you did a lovely job being on my show. I wish that I could bring you back at some point for during the rest of the season. And I understand you got a double show to get committed to eventually. All right, hun, let's start wrapping this bad boy up. So I usually ask three things. All right, number one, what can Zachary Shiloh do for you going forward, Magic Hunt?
Hmm. I mean, your support is really great, so just keep on doing it. you
Yes,
know
ma'am. All right. Your hopes for the future, my love, are.
that we all get along and there is no poverty.
Oh, yes, hun, yes. Yes, hun, yes. Yes, hun, yes. I love bringing these Ascension heads on my show, kids. They keep on hitting these responses out the park. I don't, I don't know who's was the best, but whenever they say yes, hun, yes, out of me, I stick by it. So no complaints. All right, Jan. One last thing before we start plugging away your stuff, if you got anything.
Mhm.
If not today, Can I bother you within the next week to a month for possible recommendations to join me on the show?
You mean for number two or? Yeah, sure.
Yeah, to join me on this interview segment called Universal Grounding in Black Lion's Domain. I'm always looking for guests, and I could hear a certain somebody by the name of Heather Scott saying, "You don't need to actually do that because of what happened to you about a month ago." Heather, I love you. Thank you for your concern still, but I'm not giving up on recommendations ever, ever, because that was just one person. And since then, my life has gotten way better because I got the likes of Jan on. Yes, I do. So, recommendations, they will forever be part of my show. That was one piece of turd that I'm happy did not come on my show.
Mm-hmm.
That was one piece of turd I'm happy did not come on my show. So, Heather Love, if you ever are listening to this, I pray that you return one day. But Zachary Shiloh, once again, is not giving up recommendations. That was just one piece of shit. Oh, I'm sorry, mommy and daddies. That slipped out. uh, and it did on purpose. So I'm not apologizing in that sense. Alrighty. Before we really hit the stop button, Jan, is there anything you would like to plug away?
Yeah, my Birth the Book program, which is to become a best-selling author in a multi-author book, is just an ongoing program that I have, an ongoing offer. So it's not, it's, I guess you could consider an evergreen offers. It's always open to new authors.
Whoa, so you went beyond that 5 day deal that we did?
What's that? Yeah. Yeah, so this is my signature offer. It's 3 months because from the time that you join to the time of the actual book launch, it's usually about 3 to 4 months.
Oh wow. So I get to be mentored by you for about 3 months. That is
Yeah.
cool beans. And well, Sandra Stokowitz actually
Yeah. I didn't know how to pronounce her name before.
Sandy Stokowitz be a part of this going forward too.
Yes.
Ooh, yes, 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 yes. And
Uh,
yes, Sandra, I am a very big fan of you. More
Yeah, to get
linguist.
more galactic results with two book experts instead of one.
And kids, if you're not a part of that circle, please be. It's absolutely fun. These girls, they got great laughs. They got just great life to them. And I would recommend that to anybody. Shit. And Sandy kids or Sandy love, don't be ashamed. Please don't be ashamed. You actually got great vibes to you overall, hun. And Zachary Shiloh bows to you and respects if you are listening to this. And please respond to me on social media one day. Please. I would appreciate it. All right, Jan. Thanks for coming on my show. And I will leave the links to everybody that you provide or I find. All right, kids. This has been Black Lion's Domain, better known now as Universal Grounded, where I talk to guests about what I know about them and what they know about me. There is one goal, one aim, one road, one focus, and that's love, kids. That's what this general podcast called Black Lions Airspace was founded on. And I say this: we don't need the donkeys, we don't need the elephants or the royals. We need each other. Mutual. We may be different by way of look, but there is one universal family title, and that is called human beings. And I will never stop promoting that because I love all of you out there, and that especially goes for Jen Love here. Yes, yes. So, with that said, you can find me on social media as Zachary Shiloh and Black Lion 130, respectively. I can be found on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Please don't be afraid to be in touch. I will respond to you. Even if it's me venting. I have what they call passion. And with that said, I bow to you all in respects. Take care of yourself. And we do have two more episodes of Universal Grounding coming up. I say in 2 days' time, I have my friend Jen from the Dragon's Den Wrestling Podcast coming back because she's got stuff to vent about recent stuff in Japan, and I agree. And believe it or not, kids, this Ascension tour is not over because on Sunday, the 25th, I have the long awaited Aleka Rose joining me for what should have happened yesterday. So she will be talking to me about her ties to our mentor Blair, being a part of this cast with Jan, and anything else that she's blessed me enough to deal with. With that said, please just follow us all. Take care. Good night. I love you. We're out of here.